right, this is Push Circuit 2. I hope you're ready to get powerful because that's what we're going to do. You're going to love this workout. Now, equipment, you need something heavy enough to provide you adequate resistance. I also want to make sure you have a towel, a bottle of water, and your guidebook so we can track your progress. Are you people ready to work?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm ready to work with you. This is such a treat to be able to work out with you. We're going to start with a simple shoulder roll. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Open it up. Good. Now take your legs nice and wide, and as you tap your toes, you're taking your arm across the body. Good. A wider stance is going to help you warm up the lower body a little quicker. Arms are relaxed. Now bring it in narrow, give me a squat. Hands go in front, hips push back, abs go in, shoulders up. When I say shoulders up, I mean I don't want you to lean forward. Always keep your chest up. There you go. Sit back through the hips. Now sit back for 3, kind of stay low, and then stand up tall. And as your muscles start to warm up, you're going to sit lower and lower, right?
Right on.
Thank you. Wow, they are really being agreeable so far. Uh-oh. Do it again. 3 down. 3, 2. Good. And you know what? There are days when we start out, you might feel like, you know what, I'm not warm yet. I don't feel like I'm limbered up. There are days you're going to be a little bit sore, tight. Take a little extra time to stretch. Let's turn into a tricep. Elbows up nice and high. I want you to warm up the lower body and the upper body at the same time. Keep that elbow up nice and high. Perfect. Extend. Here we go. Reach down and grab it. Reach and pull. Open up the chest. Warm up that body. Nice. We have work to do today.
Yeah.
I love this month. This is the month where you have no idea how powerful you are until the workout's over. Reach in front. I want you to know that you can lift very heavy. You are probably underestimating your power, and man, it feels good when you accomplish those goals. 2 more. Hold it forward. Slide your hips back, lift up your toe. Your back is flat, your tailbone is up. Circle it around. Big open arm. Warm up your shoulder. 4, 3, deep breath as you breathe. Take it all the way around. Hold it down, please. Lift up that toe, back is flat. Rotate center and drop the shoulder twice. Other way. Good. 4, 3, 2 more. Nice. All right, turn and go the opposite direction. Here we go. Elbows up nice and high. Good. Bend. Down and up. 4 more. You guys look great today. You really do. Look at it. Do they look fantastic? You look fantastic. Reach down. You know why? Because when you work out, you just have an air about you. I don't know. People who are not working out and have some of those bad habits, and you know the ones I'm talking about, you look tired. You look a little worn out. Reach out in front. Exercising gives you energy. It's not always possible, but whenever you can, try to do your workouts first thing in the morning. And that way you'll give yourself energy for the whole day, and you really set your metabolism. Hold it forward, shift the weight back, lift the toe up, circle around. But when that doesn't work out, and because of your schedule, you need to work out in the evening or the afternoon, whenever, make sure it's on your schedule and you make time for it. Hold it down. Don't leave it to chance. It's too important. Rotate center, round it back up. Our warm-up set. Now, because we're in the push month and we're lifting heavier, I want you to pick up heavier weights for your warm-up. I'm going to use 10 pounds. All right, guys, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's bring them up overhead. Overhead press. Up. Good. And down nice and slow. So we're lifting slow, but this is definitely heavier weight than the last time or our last circuit. Good. Pushing overhead now. You've got Donna, who's going to show you all of the modifications today. Woo! Say hi, Donna.
Hello.
Hello. She's lifting those weights. They're shiny. And we also have Tony, who's going to use the bands and show you how to get maximum results by using resistance tubing. Woo! Good. And, of course, my sister Janelle is here.
Woo!
And my good friend Skip. Bring it down. Did she just cheer for herself? That was Donna cheering for you?
It was me.
All right, here we go. Now lift out, leading with the pinky. Good, abs in tight. Up, 2. I have to say, I think Tony looks more like she's Janelle's sister than I look like. Were you adopted? Did my parents give up one of our kids? Mom, what's the story here? They look alike, though, don't they? It's exercise. Makes you look young. 1 more on each side. All right, guys. have a seat, please. Squat. Down and up. Warm up those legs. I'm warm already.
Oh, this feels good.
Little beads of sweat forming. Muscles are warm. That's good. Your muscles like to exercise when they're warm. All right, 2 more, please. 1 more. Good. Stand up. And let's select our weights for the first exercise. The first exercise is an overhead press. Now, we're in the push month, so I want you to take extra special care when you're picking up those heavy weights. I'm going to use 22.5 for this first exercise. Tony, using a heavier resistance band. And Donna, what are you using?
12 pounds.
12 pounds. We're going to take the weights here up overhead. Now, it's very important that you think about your spine, and we're not taking a natural curve of the spine, but pulling the abs in nice and tight and stabilizing. Now, I feel best in a wide stance. We're going to push up nice and slow, but you might find that you feel stronger in a split stance, and this is a split stance. You can kind of tilt your tailbone underneath you and really stabilize your core. It's very individual. It doesn't affect the upper body, but it should make your back feel very strong. And when we're lifting this heavy overhead, you've got to give some thought and consideration to your abs. Pull them in tight. Concentrate. Push that weight up. This should be very difficult already. I mean, you should be struggling. And if you're not, people, we need to pick up heavier weights or create more resistance. Imagine that the weights are heavier than they are. Come down super slow. I can't hear breathing. I need to hear breathing. Come on. There we go. Donna, how are you?
I'm about there.
Is this too heavy?
No.
No? Oh, come on, all the way up. Yep, that's failure. So you see how the arm kind of was like, okay, I'm done? That's how you know when you're done. Are we there? Yeah. Good job, Skip. Skip's going to make it to 8. I know it. Come on, baby. Push. Concentrate. 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 Breathe. Breathe. Don't hold your breath.
Come on, Skip.
Now, you can bring it down all on your own. All on your own. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Good job.
Some days you're going to be able to do 7. Some days you're going to make it all the way to 8. When you make it to 8 easily, you know it's time to move up in your weights. Write down the amount that you just used. We're moving on to a single leg lunge. I love the size weight that I chose. I'm going to actually use that for the lunge as well. So take your stance as if you're about to do a squat. Then simply slide one leg back so you feel like you've got a nice, wide, stable base. A traditional lunge is straight up and down with your shoulders up. I'm going to have you modify that slightly so we can really target the glutes. And we push the hips back. Now I can see my toes, and I'm going to bring the hips down nice and low and come up pushing strong through the heel. Come on down slow. Exhale as you push. Good. Now everyone's stance is going to be a little different. You know why? Because your femur length from person to person varies. So the length of your femur is going to depend how far forward she's going to lean. But I want your shoulders up. Don't bow down. See how her shoulders are up? You're doing a great job, but she's really sticking out the booty so we can focus on the glutes and hamstrings. All the weight's in the heel, right, Tony? You've got the resistance of the band. She's doing an amazing job. What number are we on?
I have 2 more, so 6.
Okay. Let's go. Push all the way up through the heel. You're doing a fantastic job. Everyone is always concerned about their knees, and as long as the knee's on top of the ankle, we're safe. This is fantastic. Do one more, Donna. Come on, do one more.
For you, I will.
Okay. You got it, girl. Good job. Okay, catch your breath. Let's switch to the opposite leg. You guys ready? Okay. Take a couple deep breaths if you need to. The heart rate gets up high when we're working the lower body. Remember, the stance should make you feel like you're not going to topple over. Put the weight so they frame one leg. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulders pulled back. All the weight's on the forward heel. Bring it down slow. As low as you can go and not feel knee pain. Of course you're going to feel some burning in the glutes. Of course. Now if you're feeling this way too much in the top of your thigh, the quadricep, I need you to stick your butt out. Look, if you're straight up and down, of course you're going to feel it in the thigh. Watch my hips. You have to push them back. So we really focus on glutes and hamstrings and keep the chest up. Come on, guys.
One more, you guys.
Come on, come on. I want 2 more from somebody. Who's going to give me 2 more?
I would love to.
Okay. Right here. Thank you, Janelle. Stepping up. Bring it down. Good. Oh, wow. That's low. She's got amazing range of motion. You can do 1 more. Not everyone can go this low. But if you can, if you've got that range of motion, get down there, baby. Woo! Good job, guys. Write down the weight that you just used. Bend your knees when you're putting those weights away. Now, even though this is a push month and we're going heavy, this next exercise targets one of the smallest muscle groups in the upper body, posterior deltoid. So we go much lighter. I'm going to use 12.5 pounds, which is heavier than what I normally would in one of the burn circuits. But for this month, it's appropriate because we're only going to make our goal to be able to do how many reps?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. They're learning. Here we go. Abs in tight. Let me give you the setup. Lean forward. Back is flat. Elbows out to the side. Leading with your pinkies. It's a reverse fly. Lead with the pinkies, lift, and come down slow. Now, if immediately you feel that in your back, then you might be going too heavy. Donna, what size weights did you pick?
I'm using 8s.
8s. That sounds great. Now, it's a small muscle group, and I know you, and I know your shoulders are very strong. So if you're at home and you're modifying, and with 8 pounds you're finding you're turning your body and your form is failing, then go lighter. You want to be able to do this slow and controlled, but it's very, very challenging. Challenging, yet you are in control. Elbow slightly bent, leading with the pinky. Breathe when it's toughest. Breathe as it's toughest. Wow, this is great form. Tony, this is perfect because your back is flat and you can actually see that posterior deltoid. Vince, you got to come in here so we can look. I've got an anatomy chart right here, baby. This is it. Posterior deltoid, watch this. Watch this muscle right here. It's the back of the shoulder. There it is. That's that beautiful posterior deltoid. And she's got it. Let's keep going, guys. Come on, give me one more. One more on each side. Donna's still working. I'm with you, girl. Let's go. Yeah. All right, guys. Write down the weight that you used. Make a notation if you want to go heavier next time. This shoulder exercise is a little more challenging, so I'm going to go a touch lighter. I'm going to use 17.5 pounds. And Donna, how heavy are you going to go?
10s.
All right, so you're going to use 10s. And I'm going to start with the ends of your weights together and your knuckles or your palms facing inward towards you. Now, because you're pressing overhead, first thing I want you to do is stabilize that core. Pull the abs in as we push and rotate the weights up over your head, full extension, and come down nice and slow, rotating back in toward your face. We stop just underneath your chin. Rotate through the lift. Good. Always reminding yourself, keep my abs tight, keep my back tight. There's that core. Bring it down nice and slow. Push up smoothly. Excellent. Breathe out where it's toughest. Breathe at that spot where it's like, wow, that's heavy. I want you to breathe through it. Ready? Push.
Wow, that's heavy.
See how that gives you power? Just your breathing alone can give you more power. Now slow it down. Really concentrate. How we doing, crew? We're all right? Okay, so how's this? Now look at this, Vince. Janelle's got a split stance, and I wanted to mention that because you might feel like you've got more power and she can actually tilt her tailbone underneath and contract the abs, and that's great. Maybe you want a wide stance. Play with it. Figure out what works for you because it does not affect the upper body. It just allows you to really engage the core. How heavy is that? Can you do one more? Okay, go for it. Come on. Skip, how heavy did you go?
I went 20.
That was nice. Okay. So wait a second, then we do that breakdown set. You've got about 10 seconds to be exact, and then we're going to break it down. All right, so catch your breath, couple of deep breaths. And that's enough. Here we go. So pick the stance that makes you feel the strongest. I'm going to go with a wide stance. Janelle's got a split stance. Abs in nice and tight. First thing we do, contract the core. Second thing we do, contract the shoulders. Here we go. Breathe through it. Put your mind into the muscle. Bring it down super slow, super slow. This is extreme. I know it is. We're moving slowly. You have total control. Now, if you don't have total control, then you're done. If you can't do 3 reps with us and you don't feel like you have total control, well then, finish now. Otherwise, find your second win. Know how powerful you are and push that weight up because we are in the push circuit. Come down slow. This is where we build muscle. Bring it in slowly. You got it. You got it. Nice. Put the weights down gently. Don't take it out on the equipment. Write your weights down so you know if you want to go heavier next time. Now the next exercise is a single leg deadlift. It requires balance. I'm going to show you that you don't have to have great balance in order to do this exercise. I'll show you how to modify it. In fact, Donna, I want you to use both feet on the floor. The rest of us are going to balance. Now, first thing, here's my first tip. Pick a spot on the floor, and just occasionally you can glance up, but for the most part, I want you to pick one spot and keep your eyes fixed there. Tailbone is lifted. Back is flat. My weights frame the leg as I lower or hinge from the hip. And I go down only so low as my back allows me to with a flat back, and then come up nice and slow. If you're rounding your back at all, you're not using your hamstring. So I really recommend, I highly recommend, that you do this someplace where you can see a reflection or have somebody come in the room and say, is my back flat? Should I pull my shoulder blades back? Because you will make this exercise so much more effective if we can do it with a flat back. And if you lose your balance, don't freak out. Just put your toe down and continue. A back, the flexibility of your spine is really different from person to person. Now, I've got Donna with one foot on the floor to modify this. And how low she's able to go is dependent upon her flexibility. And she has above average flexibility, I have to say. So let's show, for most people, right there at 90 degrees, that's average flexibility, and that's fantastic. You can go that low and still keep a flat back if you're really working those hammies. Can we do one more? Look at this with the band. That's great. Excellent. You're really feeling in the glutes and hamstrings. Great job, Tony. That's your last one, girlfriend. Good work. Okay. Ready to switch the other leg? Hey, look at that. You guys did fantastic. Big heavy weights back there. All right, guys. You know what I say. Go heavy or go home. Here we go. Keep your abs in tight. Focus on one spot on the floor. Get your balance before you start and move slowly. Okay, I need total concentration. I want your mind thinking about the very back of your thigh, thinking about the hamstring. Good. Start to lose your balance and put your toe down. Lead with your shoulder blades. Your tailbone is up. Don't round your back. Instead, keep the back flat. Feel your hamstring shortening to lift you up. Let's go. Excellent. Good job, guys. Come on, how are we doing, back row?
We can do
Concentrate. Good. We can do it. Excellent. Keep going. Continue. Let's go. Let's go. Now, Skip's got great flexibility, especially for a guy, because I've got to say most guys' legs are pretty tight. So he can go below 90 degrees. But if you can go right to there, stop. If you can go just to there with a flat back, we got the hamstrings covered. That's beautiful. That must have worked. So you can hold it at the bottom. Okay, finish that last rep if you haven't.
Wow.
And now we're going to do a breakdown. We're going to do both legs at the same time. So just a standard deadlift, which the key here is your posture. We're going to work on it. Every time you go through it, your posture will get better and the exercise will become more effective. Pick up those weights. Here we go, guys. Now keep the weights very close to your thighs or the bands if you're using tubing resistance bands. Back is flat, shoulder blades back. Here we go. Tailbone lifted. Flat back, flat back, flat back. Abs in, as low as your hamstrings allow for. Come up using your hamstrings, not your back. Come on, guys. We got to get extreme. We got to move slower. We have to focus on using just the muscle group we're targeting, hamstrings and glutes. Lift up using your tailbone. Back is flat. Abs in tight. Oh, yes. Squeeze. Good. Bring it down slow. 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 Abs in, tailbone up. Back is flat. Shoulders are up. Breathe. Breathe. Come on, slower. Slower. When you move that slow, there's no momentum. It's just you building muscle. All right, guys. Good work. Write down your weights, please. We're moving on. Next one is a bent over lateral raise. It's for the shoulders. We're going to lean forward, lift laterally, but this is for the medial deltoid. So we're going to lean forward just slightly. I'm going to go just a little heavier than I did on the posterior deltoid because the medial deltoid is a stronger muscle group for most people. So I'm going to use 15. Donna, how heavy are you going to go?
I'm going to go with 10s.
10 pounds. That's great. Okay, so abs in nice and tight. Tony, that's great. You're using the heavier bands. Now, knuckles face inward, elbows slightly bent. Leaning forward, but just slightly, draw your abs inward. Okay, here we go. One arm at a time. Lift. And I want to make sure that your elbow is at the same height as your weights. Okay, so if your weights are moving up higher than your elbow, watch. If you're doing this, that's incorrect. I need that elbow up. Lead with your elbow, baby. We got it. Breathe out. Come on, come on. You can do this. Get that elbow up high, please. Breathe. This is fantastic. So this is what I'm talking about, where the elbow, let's get the hand up good. The elbow's in the lead. I want the elbow, if nothing else, I want the elbow a little higher than the hands. If you can keep them both coming up at the same time, that's fantastic. This is difficult, isn't it? Muscles are shaking. This is great. So you can really see the bands. They're wonderful because they provide the resistance she needs to build this kind of muscle. Okay, we're breathing hard back here. You can do it, Skip. Come on. You got great shoulders. So here we go. Here's that medial deltoid right there. You can see it. Perfect. Beautiful. Makes everybody's arm look more cut, more ripped, if that's what we're going for. Going heavy. Come on, Janelle. Okay. Now, how much weight are you using?
8.
Now, I'm a little surprised. So, shoulder, this is a lighter weight for you.
Yeah, at this angle.
Okay, so just because you're lifting heavier on certain exercises, you might find that there's some exercises where you're using a lighter weight and still reaching fatigue by 8. It's not the number you're using. It's a feeling that you get. By the time we hit 8, you should be done, spent. So if you have a muscle group that's, you're like, wow, this is my weak area, go lighter. Donna used 10. Janelle used 8, and that's okay, because they both fatigued by 8. Now, you guys ready for that breakdown? Yes. So am I. Let's go.
Breakdown.
Here we go. Abs in tight. The key is that you're able to do it with great form. Here we go. Abs in tight, step 1. Step 2, think about the shoulders. Step 3, flex it up. Get extreme, flex it down. It's all shoulders. Leaning forward, but it's just a slight lean. Your palms face down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Go slow. Don't you drop that weight. Don't you dare go too fast. We're working extreme, people. Come on. Elbows up high. You gotta want it. You can do it. Come on. Lift it. Now listen to me. Flex that weight down. Don't drop it. Don't just lower it. Everybody else in the world just lowers it. Not you, baby. You're flexing it down. Flex it down. Come on, one more. Push. I love you. Right down the weight. Right down the weight. Woo. We're moving on. For this shoulder exercise, I'm going to go a little lighter than what I did on the standard press. We're going to do a frontal press, so I'm going to use 17.5 pounds. And just for a point of reference, Donna, how heavy are you going to go?
I'm going to go with 10s.
10 pounds. And remember, she's got very strong shoulders. So we're going to pull them up here right next to your face, okay? Elbows are in nice and tight, and you want them out in front of you. Now, take a deep breath in. Support the core by pulling in the abs. Push up evenly. Good. Now, when your hands are overhead, that's when I really want you to think about your abs and pull your abs in nice and tight. Pull them down slowly. Now, push the weight up using all your strength to push. Exhale as you're coming down nice and slow. That's awesome. Do it again. Push up, push up, push up. Okay, even on the way down. Bring them down carefully. Continue. Your goal is to do 8. Are we working heavy enough? Are the bands heavy enough? So I noticed you switched to the lighter band, which is great because look at how far we're having to pull. This is still a ton of resistance, but you've got great power. This is great, Tony. And you know what? You got to be strong when you have 7 kids, right? 7 kids, is that crazy? And I know what you're thinking or what you're asking. Yes, they're all hers and they all came out of this body. And this is why you need to work out because mentally with 7 kids, I know you need your workouts, right? Push, come on, push, that's your last one. Yeah, baby, good job. Now take a breather, just a couple of seconds, 10 to be exact, and then we hit that breakdown. So you guys ready to get extreme?
Woo! Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready when you are. Pick them up, let's go. Come on, baby. Split stance if you want. I prefer the wide stance, elbows in tight. Power, contract the abs. Focus on the muscle groups that we're gonna target, which is what? The shoulders. Now, every muscle engages. Push, push, push. Flex the muscles down. Pretend the weights are 50 pounds heavier than what you're really lifting. The goal right now is to make the exercise more difficult than it really is. Engage every single muscle fiber. Think about your shoulders. Come on, shake, people, shake.
One more, we can do it.
Push it up. You can do this. Will it to happen. Make it happen. Push, push, push. Come down even. Slow, slow, slow. That's a beautiful thing. All right, write down the weight that you use, please. I'm actually going to use the same size weight for the next exercise. So I'm going to stick with 17 and a half. Now, I want you to take a look at this, if you will, Vince, from the front. From the side, actually. So I'm going to go down into my lunge. Now I'm going to keep this knee in that same position, but slide the back leg in and then lift up. Here's what I don't want you to do. Lunge, knee forward. That knee needs to stay right on top of the ankle and then lift up. Let's go. Come on, people. Step back. Here we go. So lunging down, chest stays up. Weight is in the back heel, front heel. Tap in. Keep your foot right where it is. Lift up using only the power of the right leg. Step back. Tap that foot forward. Isolate, just using that forward right leg. Now we're lifting heavy because you're working your lower body. So Tony, you've got the heavier resistance band. Are you lifting heavy enough? Are you going to fail by the time we get to 8? If you get to 8 and you feel like you can do 3 or 4 more, then people, next time, promise me you're going to go heavier. You are in the push month. Step back, down low, stay low. Bring that foot in. Now lift up. Are you only using one leg? I hope so. Step back, down low. Okay, isolate that right leg. Bring it in. Woo! Shaking. Anybody else shaking?
Yes.
Step back, down low, chest up. Keep all the weight forward. You're balanced. Mama.
One more, let's do it.
Come on, people, one more. Bring it in slow. Oh, barely able to finish that 8th one. Leg dying. Don't put the weights down. Take some heavy breaths. Catch your breath, but don't put those weights down because we got to break it down on this leg. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, baby dolls, here we go. Push your hips back. Step 1, abs tight. Step 2, focus on the muscle group that we're targeting, glutes and hamstrings. Now, flex it down. Flex your hamstrings. Flex your booty. Make the hips lift up, strong, and up. Now, we're not tapping that foot. It's just a stationary lunge. Bring it down slow. Can you go lower? It's all the weight on your forward leg. Don't put any weight on that back leg. It's all on the forward leg. Okay? My back leg is just there so I don't tip over. But I'm completely focused on the glutes and hamstrings in that extreme set. Woo!
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Let's switch, okay? Don't even put them down, guys. Come on. We're strong. Let's go. Don't even put them down.
We can do it.
Here we go. Pick them back up, baby. Here we go. Down. Tap in. I have all the weight on that forward leg. That's nice. Step back, lunge. Chest stays up. Bring the back foot in. Lift up nice and slow. How are we doing, back row? Yeah? How's the weight? Is this heavy enough for you, Janelle? You sure?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing fatigue.
Okay. Okay, let's do it again. Here's what I want you to see, Vince. Knee stays here. Now, all the weight's on this forward leg. She's balancing. She barely even needs that toe. It's just really to help her keep her balance, but I want you to see this again. Go down. She kind of slides that foot back to get in the right position for a lunge. Keeps the knee on top of the ankle. Really only using this leg. We're only targeting one leg. Down. She slides the foot back so she's going to come to a position. Step up. Come on. Okay. Let's go, Skip. That's great.
Last one. Make it the best. Make it the best.
Okay, let's go. Be your best. Stick your booty out. Make your booty nice and firm. Lift up nice and slow. Good. You go. Nice job, guys. Couple seconds.
Break down.
Break it
Let's
down.
do it.
Here we go.
Go, Shalane.
Fun begins now. Bring it down slow. Abs in tight. Let's get extreme, people. You're stationary. Nothing is entering your mind except for the thought of how hard and how strong and how firm you're making your legs right now. Push the booty back. Push it back. Push it back. Every muscle in your left leg right now completely contracted, flexed, and engaged. Bring it down slow. Keep your abs tight. Flex the muscle. Flex down. Don't just lower. Flex down. Now flex up. Extreme, extreme, extreme. Ah!
Oh, baby.
Write it down. Write it down, people. Use that guidebook. We're moving on now. This is a deltoid raise, lifting up laterally, standing up nice and tall. So for this exercise, my shoulders are pretty tired. And actually, to use good form, I'm going to go down a little bit. I'm going to use 12.5 pounds because I know I'll just barely make it to 8. Okay, so choose accordingly. We already know that Donna's got very strong shoulders, but she's going to go a little lighter than me. So what are you using today?
I'm going to go down to 8s.
Go down to 8s. That's perfect. Okay, so abs in tight. Stabilize the core first. I'm sweating. Here we go. Right arm up. Okay, so that's a good indicator. My elbow's out in front of my chest, and I can lift the elbow as high as my knuckles. If your knuckles are above your elbow, your weight's too heavy. Go lighter so that you can do it properly. It's not always about the number on the weight that you're picking up. It's how well you can do 8 reps. It's a feeling. It's not the number. It's reaching fatigue. It's reaching failure with good form. Who cares if you can pick up big weights and swing them up? That's a waste of time. You want to go slow and really do it with great form so that every single muscle fiber is involved. Your muscles don't care what the number is on your weights. They know fatigue and they know failure. And when you're going slow like this, there's no momentum. It is all muscle. It's all power that we're building together. Keep going, and we are doing it together. Let's go. This is great. So, Tony, you're doing exactly what I was talking about. You're leading with the elbow. So do a little check of that on yourself, people. Is your elbow lining up with the chest, not back behind? And the elbow is leading so that we really target that medial deltoid. See how beautiful that muscle is? That's what I call a unisex muscle. It looks good on men. It looks great on women. It makes your arm look lean and shapely and awesome. Donna, you look fantastic. Here's those strong shoulders. So you're lifting 8 pounds and your form looks great.
Thank you.
So, and you know, sometimes you can't feel what's happening. You've got to check yourself out in the reflection. You've got to be your own personal trainer. That's what we're doing here. This is very effective personal training, and you've got to be involved in that process. You've got to make sure that your form is dead on. See how her shoulder's up here? Good, and the elbows in alignment. Let's go, guys. Last one. Finish! Woo, yeah. That's it, baby. Okay, you ready for the breakdown?
Yeah.
But you need to give you 10 seconds. I promised you 10 seconds. I'm going to give Janelle 10 seconds. Okay.
We're ready.
And ready.
Let's go. We can do it.
Here we go.
Come on.
Abs in nice and tight. Recommit. Abs in. Focus on the muscle group that we're going to target, which is the shoulders. And let's go strong. Come on. Get extreme. Now, don't lower that weight. Flex it down. I'm so glad I went with 12.5, because if I had gone heavier, I wouldn't be able to use this good a form on the breakdown. Okay, elbows up nice and high. Don't drop it down. Flex it. Flex it. Slow is the only way to go. It's the only way to go. You can lift a lot heavier, sure, and swing the weights up, but you're not lifting the weights. Momentum's doing all the work. When you're going slow like this, there is no doubt there's only one thing that's bringing that weight up. It's you. It's your muscle. Come on, bring it down slow. Abs in tight, tight. Okay, this is your last one. Get extreme, people. Want it. Picture it in your head. What do you want your body to look like? Because you're creating it. Bring it down super slow. Abs in tight, abs in tight. And you know you got to fuel your body the right way. The kind of changes we're making in your makeup, in your body makeup right now requires that you eat a lean diet. Woo! Write it down. Whatever you did, write down that weight. We just did it. Fantastic job, you guys. Give me some love. Woo, good job, the band's girlfriend.
Good job.
Bring it all the way over to the right. Stretch it out. Feel like we just crawled out of the trenches together. We did. This is my winning team right here.
Feels good
Shift
now.
it over all the way other side. So this is a nice long adductor stretch or inner thigh stretch. Swivel all the way around into that runner's lunge, and you can stay up nice and high or bring it down if that feels better. Now push one knee forward, drive the opposite heel back. You did a fantastic job. That is not an easy circuit. You really have to push yourself mentally and physically. Slide that back leg in. So as soon as we're done here, I mean the second this video's over, I want you to run, grab a piece of paper, and write down some goals you have for yourself. Round it up. I want the first one to be something physical, something you hope to do, whether it's lose 5 pounds, go heavier on your next workout, all the way over the other side, but write it down. You know why? Because most people don't, and that's why most people don't ever achieve their goals. The difference between people who do and people who don't is they write it down. Now you know that secret. Bring it down if you want. Because you did a lot more today than you did in your last workout. I know you did. You're going to be more today. You're going to be more resilient. You're going to be more compassionate. Slide that leg all the way in. Lift your toe up. Hold that stretch. You're going to be more today than you were yesterday. And most importantly, you are going to be here tomorrow to work out with us because you did a great job and we can't wait to see you. Thanks for working so hard.